What's up? What's up, YouTube? It is March something, March 22nd or 23rd or something. It's the first night of 2025 that it was not freezing overnight. And so it's barely above freezing, +2. But figured that's a good time to start commuting. Let's go get it. So you probably see there's definitely some snow and ice around. Tons of gravel on the road. So definitely going to take it easy. Probably for the most part stay off the freeway and just kind of dodge in and out of the residential areas. Keep out of trouble. Also for the city folks, no one's really ready for bikes to be out yet, and so you got to be super careful. And I was talking to my friend the other day about being, hyper defensive on a motorcycle, because we can definitely see more and take in more than anyone in a car, and 1,000 times less distractions, not playing with our phones and eating sandwiches. So yeah, back to it. Feels good. It's a little chilly, but it's not bad. I think it's probably +3 now, going up to +10 or 12 today. And most of the snow is gone, so we'll take it. Get out there. Notoriously, I forget to turn on my heated grips early in the season. Definitely need them on these chilly mornings. Here comes the traffic. Nothing like Monday morning. So if you spotted it, got a new backpack from Enduristan. This thing is bomb-proof. I've had to zipper lube the zippers 3 times just so I can use the zipper. It's so tight. I think it's about a 12 liter, so just enough room on a day like this. I can have my lunch, and on a day off trail I'll be able to put a toolkit in there and just have enough stuff so I don't have to bring my panniers. The other new thing here is this little tank bag. For around town, it's nice to have a little something so you can have, a snack. I keep a toque in there because it's so cold out. Maybe keep my wallet and my papers in there. But yeah, nice little setup. I'll definitely go through the whole Enduristan kit. If anyone caught it over the winter, they had a sale on their, basically it was a USA sale site, and they put all the gear that's discontinued. And so basically what I have are all of last year's versions of Enduristan, and they were all 35% off, and so that was pretty awesome. Because I already had the Blizzard pannier bags, and that's what really sold me. All their fabrics are basically overdone. They're like ballistic style nylon, totally 100% waterproof. And no, I'm not sponsored. I pay for all my gear. They are just great bags and great kit. So I look forward to getting this stuff out more. Back to traffic. Look at the construction in this city. It's mad. Just winding through the gears here. I don't know if you can see. 130, 140, no problem. This is such a great bike. For anyone who's actually putting some highway time in, who wants a more technical, dual sport but that's able to cruise on the highway. The 700s are the way to go. Can't beat this. It's so smooth, so quick. My only complaint today is I could have had one more layer on my pants. Should have wore some long johns. I almost put my rain pant over top, but it's totally dry here, so it seemed like overkill, but now I'm cold. On the top I'm good because I've got, you know, this setup is, just turn my other camera on. So I've got, you know, my full shell jacket. This is my touring jacket. I've got a puffy jacket underneath. Then I've got a long sleeve zip base layer. And then I actually have a t-shirt under that, so four layers of synthetic keeping me warm on top. Heated grip, so I don't have to worry about my hands. These Ducatis are my favorite gloves in the world, so I kind of wear them everywhere. Full leather gloves just mold to your hand, and they all just, you know, feel like they're custom. They feel perfect. Just watch the traffic here, these industrial boys. I kind of work out in an industrial park, so gotta be a little bit careful. And if you haven't been to Calgary, Alberta, a lot of people drive trucks in Alberta. And funny story, speaking of trucks, so last night I was doing a wheel swap on my Toyota, and my passenger side on the front, 2 of the wheel nuts are stripped. So the guys at Toyota, when they switched my wheels last time, they must have put a gun on it or something. So I had to call for roadside assistance and get my truck picked up on the flat deck. So they're fixing it this morning. So in case I wasn't going to commute today on the bike, now I have no truck today. Anyways, sometimes you need a little extra motivation to get the bike out, you know what I mean? So I didn't film my super cold start today. Holy cow. Took me a good 3 attempts. You know, I say it's above freezing overnight, but it was literally like 1 or 2 degrees. It was basically freezing. Battery obviously had a full charge. It's been inside on the trickle charger all winter, but yeah, getting the old infamous beast here to turn over was a bit of a challenge this morning. So that's life with outdoors. Basically had everything out of the garage. I still have my Ducati in the garage in storage, but I left this bike out last night, which probably wasn't warm enough, but here we are. So one funny thing this morning, if you can see down here that there's a little triangle, that's my ABS, and basically the way it works on this bike is it blinks to say that something is off. So if it's just a full light, that means your ABS is off. When it's blinking, means just my front ABS is on. And so I've got the rear off and the front on, and that kind of seems to be my best combo. I like to be able to lock up the rear if I want to. And then on my map over here, I usually ride in map 1 all the time. It's a little bit more aggressive, it's fine. But if there was a light on my traction control, same story, that would mean my traction control is off. And so in the city with all this gravel, I decided to leave the traction control on today. And honestly, haven't really gone through any snow or gravel, so fine here and there. I've never ridden with it off, so, or with it on, I mean. And so we'll get into some gravel maybe and test it out later and just see how good it is. I did a little bit of spinning out in the driveway, and it seems to definitely keep the torque down a little bit. Not like a car where it will just like cut off your throttle. You can still hit the gas. So that's my city settings for today. Let's go get it. You know, it's a funny thing when you've been, you know, cooped up inside all winter, buying stuff online, buying bags and backpacks. When you get back on your bike, because there's definitely some stuff, some extra mods I would like on the bike. Talked about this last year. I would like the bigger fuel cell, maybe some bigger pegs. You know, kind of the list goes on and on. But when I get on the bike and I just start riding in the spring, this bike feels great. There was a guy, I'll look up his name on Instagram that I was following, that rode from Germany. It's like Androstadi or something. Anyways, I'll find it and I'll put a link in here. He rode his bike from Germany all the way down to Africa and through all these deserts and all these crazy places. 26,000 kilometers, I think. And his bike was stock. He didn't even change the exhaust. And so, you know, sometimes we just have to wrap our head around, like, really? Do we need these mods? Like, do we need to do all this stuff? Could we make it better? Yeah, I mean, we can make anything better. But what's necessary? I don't know. Nothing. Let's go for a ride. So there it is. Commute number 1. I guess we'll figure out if my audio is working. You know, the first time you connect all your stuff in the spring. Could work, could not work. But thanks for tuning in. And let's get out on some trails. Cheers. And of course, in other news, the Ducati will be back. I was just out at my storage looking at it the other day, and pretty damn cold. Lots of gravel out. So we'll give the Ducati a couple more weeks, and then we'll get on it.